This is the Medicine Hat and District Chamber of Commerce with your daily COVID-19 update for April 2nd. We received additional information today on the Canada Emergency Business Account and were made aware that applications will open Monday across all major banks. The program will provide up to $40,000 for operating costs, which can be used to pay other lending and interest if required. An eligible business must have paid between $50,000 and $1 million in payroll in 2019. The funds will remain interest-free until December 31st, 2022, at which time a 5% interest rate will be applied starting January 1st, 2023. If 75% is paid back by December 31st, 2022, then 25% will be forgiven. There is no principal payment requirement until the full balance is due on December 31st, 2025. The business must have been an active business as of March 1st, 2020, and business owners can only apply at one bank, and it should be their primary banking relationship. As each bank will roll out the program slightly differently, we encourage you to speak with your commercial account representative. The Government of Canada has released the guidance on essential services and functions in Canada to assist various jurisdictions and businesses in their decision-making around the types of employees considered essential to maintain the health, safety, security, and economic well-being of Canadians throughout this health crisis. The guidance document provides a list of services and functions across Canada's 10 critical infrastructure sectors, including energy and utilities, information and communication technologies, finance, health, food, water, transportation, safety, government, and manufacturing. The Government of Alberta has suspended hospital parking fees during COVID-19. Starting April 3rd, parking at all AHS facilities will be free to healthcare workers and the general public. In addition to assisting healthcare workers and physicians, the change will also reduce the risk of COVID-19 spread from touchscreens and buttons at payment sites. While parking will be free, visitors are asked to be respectful of spaces allocated for staff, including those for emergency use. The Security Services and Investigators Program is extending all business and individual licenses expiring between March 9th, 2020 and July 1st, 2020 to allow the businesses and individuals to continue to operate. This applies to locksmiths, security guards, and investigators. 9 nonprofits across the province will receive funding to provide additional food assistance for vulnerable K-12 students and families in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. We know our school boards locally and in the county have been providing support to families in need with delivery of food and learning aids since schools were closed on March 15th. So we're pleased that the Medicine Hat and District Food Bank will receive the $300,000 to assist their efforts to feed those in need in our community. In response to the impact of COVID-19 in our region, the Community Foundation of Southeast Alberta has created a COVID-19 response fund. Funds will be distributed to local charities providing crucial services to our community's most vulnerable populations. In addition to the COVID-19 response fund, the Community Foundation will be repurposing their Spring 2020 grant funding to help address the most immediate and urgent needs of charities providing direct services in response to the pandemic. Donations to the Relief Fund will help provide much-needed resources and support to communities across Southeast Alberta for the medium to long-term impacts of the pandemic, and the COVID-19 Response Fund is now accepting donations. There are additional resources that we've added to our website and in our daily update, including a Canadian Government CRB Q&A document. The Canadian government has answered some key questions about the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit, such as eligibility, EI applications, maternity leave, and others. Constant Contact has also put together a small business support kit. This kit is a collection of learning resources and communication tools that can help small businesses during the pandemic. BDC has also published an article on managing cash flow and operational resilience through COVID-19. And for those of you interested in global policy, there's now a country policy tracker that's put out by the OECD, so you can measure policy impacts from around the world. In addition, the Chambers of Commerce Group Insurance Plan has put together a business resource center to help you get the advice, tools, and latest updates to support Canadian businesses and employees through this time. We've been hard at work on our advocacy, and the Canadian Chamber held a web conference today with over 250 chambers, boards of trade, and association members in order to discuss our collective priorities and next steps as we battle this pandemic. We discussed plans for a new Canadian Business Resilience Network and an overview of an upcoming Statistics Canada business survey. In addition, we went through a number of questions that we had answered through the Canadian Chamber, and there will be more responses yet to come. So you can look at our daily update for the questions and answers, as well as on our daily COVID-19 webpage as well. In addition, the Canadian Chamber of Commerce has issued a statement on the emergency wage subsidy, and certainly we feel it's a good program. However, we're very concerned about the 6-week waiting period. We know that the application or the portal will be open within the next 3 weeks, and anticipated payments would be 3 weeks after that. So we are communicating our concern and urging government to work with the business community and the Canadian Chamber Network for solutions to that. As always, there's additional webinars and resources on our daily update as well as our website, so we encourage you to connect with us through our website at medicinehatchamber.com or on any of our social media feeds, whether Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Please do connect with us, and connect with us if you have questions, concerns, or information or stories that you'd like to share with us. We know that when crisis comes, we begin to see that community is a true and irreplaceable infrastructure. Thank you for joining us in our call to action and our efforts to keep our community strong. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.